didn't look like, it freaked me out.
Just rambling?
It's a little bit better. They was talking so low. All right, welcome everybody to this week's episode of the Terrible Table Podcast. I've got comic Chris Luker and comic Chuck Gardner, right?
Yep.
Gardner,
no D.
Gardner.
Yeah, take the D out of my name. No Diddy.
Take the D out of his mouth.
Oh, shit.
Damn,
Whoa.
pause, player.
No, I took it out. I took it out for you. It's all good.
You pulled it out.
I'm going to tell you, there is a flyer going around with a D in my last name, and, like, I posted this flyer.
That's a Pelican's laugh?
Yeah, and my cousin was like, Gardner, and he started laughing. I'm like, bro.
Damn, they're trying to
like,
put that D in your
y'all,
life,
yeah,
homie.
man. No, I don't need no D in my life. I'm good. I'm handling.
I was
no bragging.
I was trying to find. I mean, the only thing I could find out is you got a dope ass car. That's all I could
He's
find.
Got a couple of them.
That whole channel is just about your car. But no, I watched your set at the Loco Fest. I was on a cruise when y'all did Loco Fest.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize you had put your set on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Thanks,
is it still
man.
on the website?
It's on.
It's on his YouTube page.
Oh,
The one Joel filmed?
Yeah.
Nice.
I put it out there.
Yeah,
man.
it looked good, man.
Yeah.
It looked really good.
Yeah.
That setup, it's so funny because, like, last night our setup wasn't ideal, but it didn't look bad.
It didn't look bad at all. No.
But Tyler came in. He was telling PJ, he's like, dude, this is such a great place to do comedy. I've only done 10 minutes twice here. He's like, but it's such a cool setup. And I was like, it ain't what we had for Loco. This is a little bit smaller budget this time around. He's like,
Would y'all just have the letters?
We didn't even have the letters.
The letters wasn't even out.
We didn't even bring them. No, we literally, so their lighting board screwed up at the theater. And it's like a $7,000 fix. So we're working off like a $500 piece of equipment to run this thing that should be $7,000.
Yeah.
And so we're running off of like hopes and dreams. And Ian wasn't able to come last night.
He said hopes and dreams.
Yeah, we're just doing our best right now. And so Ian wasn't able to be there. Well, he's our sound and light guy. He could have been there and set it up 100% perfect while he was there.
Yeah.
But he had to come in, set up sound, and do what he could in the allotted time he had to be like, that's going to look good enough. So, and he was like, I'm sorry, I can't be there. I was like, no, it's cool.
Fucking people up there with flashlights.
Well, literally about 10, 15 minutes before doors open, we had Garrett Nelson on a ladder changing out the color films to get
No shit.
no shit. Because they have that old setup to where you
Yeah.
have to change out the little sleeves or whatever. Yeah. So.
Hey, man, we know you're opening, but can you get up there and fix those lights?
Well, as soon as I was like, I know there's a ladder, and he's like, okay, cool, easy then. I go, yeah, and I go, I'm really scared of heights, man. I'm gonna need you to do that. And I'm sorry,
puss.
dude. I can't help it. It's not
Hey,
like I
man, I'm
picked
with
it.
you, dog. I'm scared of heights, bro.
I don't like heights. So let's get back to Chuck Garner, everybody. We are here.
Cool Car Chuck.
Oh, man, I
Chuck.
appreciate the plug, man. I appreciate the plug.
I'll put a link. Cool Car Chuck YouTube. I'll put a link in the description down there.
Yeah.
The realtor, the military vet, the trainer of pilots.
Tell me more.
A couple years ago, me, my wife, and then a bunch of our friends went out to Missing Link, and they had a show out there,
was
and
my
it was
worst
like,
That was what?
It was
his-
my worst
yo,
performance ever.
He ate shit.
Oh, I thought you were talking. I was about to say I'm the one that started those damn shows.
No. The shows are great there.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
That was
I
my
hated
worst
the
performance.
sound. Anyway,
Yes.
So it was Chris, Glenn, Mark, and then a couple other guys from like out of town.
I think it might have
those
been
guys
it might have
were
been
out of town.
Tegan and Jason. Tegan Dodson and Jason McAdam.
Maybe.
They got the bull ring.
No. It wasn't that dude. It was like a Puerto Rican dude.
Oh,
Well, he's
that
Puerto
dude from
Rican.
Dallas.
Yeah. So we're there, and I'm sitting in the audience, and I'm like laughing and whatnot. So Mark's on stage, and he's going, he's doing his thing, and I'm laughing at him and shit. But I'm also commenting, right? But not heckling. You know what I mean? Because I don't want no smoke. So Mark started calling me Morris
Chestnut.
No. Yeah, it was Morris Chestnut, and I was like, damn, bro, because I had the bald head.
Yeah, you still do.
Yeah. Well,
He's trying to not today.
I got the
baby.
hat on because I ain't shave it. But then Donnie's there too, and that's when I met Donnie and Pam.
Oh, you never knew him before?
I never knew Donnie before that.
But Pam, his girl and your girl knew each other.
no,
Oh, y'all just met
we
there?
met there.
I thought y'all been best friends for 20
Nah,
years.
bro. We met at that show. They sat at a table beside us.
it's a good friendship
So he
when
was
it
like,
starts like that.
so
What's
he
the
was like,
likelihood
"What is
of-
that? What is that? The black milk dud section?" Because we both had the bald heads.
Oh, that's funny.
So after he gets off stage and after the show, I'm just kicking it with these guys. We chopping it up. And Chris goes, "Yo, you should do comedy." I'm like, Nah, bro. Like, I'm standing around a water bottle at work funny. I'm not on stage funny. That's different. Like,
Now
what
look at
y'all
this.
do, that shit is legit. He's like, nah, come on now. I'm like, all right, cool.
Worst case scenario, you eat shit and you learn who you really are.
Yeah.
Like you understand a little
So
more about yourself.
I come out to the tiki bar and I check it out. And I think I went like 3 times before I actually got up
Yes.
on stage. He's like, tonight's your night. I was like, all right, I got a little something.
I got a little
And I
something.
went up there and
it worked.
It worked. It was fun.
So it's real cool because the reason I got into comedy was, I got sober for a little bit, and I was like, I need something to keep my mind occupied. And I'd been like, I have these jokes written, but I don't know if I want to do it. And we went to one of Glenn's shows because Nick was like, yo, like just check it out. Like if it's something you think you'd be interested in. And I went there and I go. So there was like 3 or 4 comics on the show. Glenn headlined, and the only one that I wasn't very confident in being funnier than was Glenn.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's easy.
Well, no. Shout out Glenn Stewart. I looked at Nick. I go, I'm funnier than these guys. He goes, way funnier. That's why you're here. And I was like, all right, I'm doing it. And the next open mic, I signed up. And when I did it, Mark goes, that was your first time? And I go, yeah. And he goes, it's fucking good. Keep coming back.
Yeah.
And there's no better feeling because when he did that to me, it meant the world to me.
Yeah.
So when I see new comics do that, I make sure to tell them, like, hey, keep coming back. I want you here.
Yeah.
Because I remember how it made me feel, and especially if they're funny. If they're not funny, I won't talk to you, obviously. But like, all right, man, thanks for coming. I won't buy you a beer, but if you're funny next time, I might.
Bring people.
Bring people, bring all your friends, dude.
Bring
come
all your
back.
friends. Come back. Do it again.
Let them see the good ones, dude. That show. So that's the first time you went to one of the local scene shows.
Yeah.
And they came back. Literally the worst show I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
I was sick and I was losing my voice. And I told Glenn, I go, hey, my voice is shot. Once a year I get sick and lose my voice. It's just part of it. I'm sure y'all have known me for 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
Y'all have seen me again without a voice.
Never seen it happen. I think this
Really?
is more
Well,
evidence
you-
of fakery.
You have to show up to shows for that to happen.
Oh, that would make that would
maybe
make
help.
sense. Okay, all right. Now I'm seeing the
Yeah,
disconnect.
it's not like me and Chuck are just hanging out on Tuesdays and shit.
I don't know.
So I don't have a voice, and I was like, hey, I don't want to let you down because I'm new into this shit, and I don't want to blow any opportunities that I got. I was like, I will do the set, but I don't have a voice. And he's like, that's up to you, man. I can find someone to fill in, but I want to see you perform a 10.
How's everybody doing?
Literally, the whole time I'm like this, just talking.
Yeah.
My first 2 jokes don't hit. And at this point, I'm not nervous. I'm always nervous at a show. I'm shaking a little, right?
I am too.
But
dog.
after the first 2 jokes didn't land, I'm fucking Christopher Reeves. Is that the right guy?
He's paralyzed
Mike
from the
Tyson.
neck down.
Yeah, I
Actually,
wasn't
he's
paralyzed.
paralyzed his whole body.
Well, he's
in the
dead.
grave.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He's dead.
His whole body's paralyzed.
Yeah.
Shout out to
What would
dead
he be
people.
doing right now if he was alive? Clawing at a casket. I guess not.
No.
'cause
He'd be
Anyway.
biting at it. Anyway, cut that. So I'm sitting there and I start shaking aggressively. Nothing's working. My throat hurts. I can't fucking talk. And I know these jokes are funny because I know they've worked before. This is my
They
10.
make my wife laugh every time.
Dude, if I had depended on my wife, I would never go up because I'd be like, she hates everything
Oh,
I do.
that's how I know a joke's good because my wife's like, don't
don't do
ever
that.
say that again. You're right.
I'm sitting there and I go to grab my water. I'm shaking, spill water all on the front of my shirt, and I look down and go, and I continue. This is like 3 minutes in. I have 7 minutes left. And if you don't do comedy, guys,
That's
7
an
minutes is a
eternity.
fucking forever,
Yeah.
especially
is.
if you haven't got a laugh
It
yet.
is.
I proceeded to get maybe 1 chuckle. Yeah, like, and it might have been like, oh, this guy's going to kill himself if I don't laugh, you know? So I get off stage.
Somebody
and,
coughed and you was okay, good.
yeah, that's it. I'll take it. And Glenn goes, I get off and I look at him. He goes, whew. And I go, it's tough. You know those jokes work. And he goes, those jokes don't work if they don't work. And I go, you know these jokes fucking work. They're tough. So the next comic goes up. Mark might have got, besides the conversation with y'all, might have got 4 or 5 laughs.
Yeah.
Which, if y'all know Mark,
Yeah.
that motherfucker's crushing for whatever time you allot him.
Facts.
So he gets off and he goes, man, tough. They're tough. He goes, if you do some crowd work, that's what. So Glenn goes up. Glenn does about 15 minutes before he gets his first laugh. And he is sweating. He's as red as me. He comes off stage fucking purple, drenched in sweat. And he goes,
Yes.
you weren't fucking
You weren't
lying, man.
lying.
He's like, that was work,
Hey,
buddy.
they get down like they just went to
Yeah,
combat. I'm
yeah.
like,
Well, I can tell you this from experience at those damn shows is it's the sound.
There's too high of ceilings and stone.
It's
building.
all concrete. It's bricks. They have, one speaker in the front, one speaker in the back.
Yeah.
So you get this weird,
It's such a weird,
overwhelming.
It's like you're in an empty theater.
But the
sound.
glizzies are good.
Oh, motherfucker! Man,
They got some food, man.
I don't know. They ain't the Sam's. Yeah, have y'all seen my episode of The Convenient Connoisseur?
You go to Sam's Club?
I go to Sam's. You can go to their deli without having a membership.
Yeah. I got to go.
Dude,
get
their hot dogs are so good. I used to go there every time.
They're $2 a piece.
Oh, they went
Motherfucker,
up? That's with the drink.
I spent $5.38 and got 2 hot dogs and a pretzel.
It's a Nathan, dude. And the buns.
fucking
It's not like when you go to
delicious.
Circle K or something.
It wasn't a Nathan. It ain't a Nathan.
Yeah, they serve Nathans there.
They might serve them there, but that hot dog that ain't a Nathan's.
He
hot
knows,
dog.
bro. He knows his glizzy.
Check the
Call me
gut.
the wiener winner,
Check the
baby.
gut,
I
buddy.
know.
Read the resume. Read the resume, pal. Yeah, nah, man. Sam's hot dogs are off the chain. I love a gas station hot dog. I'm fat. What can I say?
Dude, but the buns, dude. Like, you go anywhere, no matter where you go, the buns are hard as
Because they're
shit. They're not
The
moist.
no, I'm talking about the buns at Sam's.
Yeah.
They're moist.
I think they keep
You
them in a
need
steamer.
one.
Trigger warning,
You need
moist.
one from the commissary. I mean, the shop at on base.
I've had one, I'm sure.
Were you a pilot
Yeah.
before?
No. I was an
You were a
aircraft
mechanic. I
Yeah.
knew that because that's
I
why you
was-
love working on
yeah,
I
cars.
was a pilot. I'd take stuff with a forklift from one corner and pilot in another.
I've been to the
Oh
pilot
my
on,
gosh!
on Greenwood.
So yeah,
No,
I heard that
I
joke
have-
in so many different forms. We had a coworker, Bruce Hanson. This dude, hey, I'm a pilot. He actually wasn't. He was like, I think he was like an E-dub or something. But he's like, yeah, my dad told me to pick up those sticks and take it from there and pilot over there. I'm like, bro,
That was my dad. That was my dad's joke. He used to say it all the time.
yeah.
How's he doing?
Yeah. Dad, you all right up there in that bottle?
He's looking good, baby.
What? That's my dad's ashes in that Coke bottle. We talked about this last week. What?
That is not a fire extinguisher. Never mind.
What? The thing?
black
that-
thing
No,
hanging
it's
down.
actually a camera mount from the old
From the old
Old
setup.
system, old
R.I.P.
setup.
terrible table.
right there.
Now we got the good table. But
you
that
bring
doesn't
my
sound-
sticker to cover my glory hole?
Nope. I didn't.
Look at the table. It's got a glory hole in it.
Oh, bro.
Well, that's where the soundboard
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
sit,
yeah.
and I ended up drilling a hole in the table. It took me 2 hours to decide to do that.
Well, actually, you didn't want to fuck it
I
up.
didn't want to drill a hole in my table. So
Such
my
a nice
wife was
table.
like, gives a fuck. It's a shitty table. And I was like, all right, thanks, man.
You know,
Terrible table, man.
That table was way too big to do what we were doing.
This one's great. This one is the perfect fucking
My
table.
daughter came out last night and she was like, I got to tell you, Dad, I love this.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah. She was like, more than I can express.
Yeah, it's great. Like, I want to slap a sticker on here, but I think you might fight me.
Oh, I'd
Give it
get
a couple
I'd get
years.
it off.
A couple
No.
years, maybe.
No.
nah, man.
There's gonna
Nah,
be
you
beer,
don't-
beer rings on it eventually.
Don't desecrate the table.
You need coasters.
Why?
Should I get some
I
DTCS
know what
coasters?
I know what. Yeah, you can, but I know what I'm doing, man. You ain't gonna leave no water ring on this table. It ain't happened yet.
I don't think it's gonna happen because this.
Yeah,
this
what,
was.
what kind of wood is this?
Just honestly, it's cheap white pine. It's the cheapest. I didn't have a
It's
shit.
too big to be white.
I shouldn't.
Chuck Garner, everybody. You can catch him every Friday at Tiki Bar.
No, I didn't have enough money because I mean, look, realistically, if I wanted to do this table, this whole setup that you see the way I wanted, it would have probably cost me about $6,000
Yeah.
because of the wood that I would have wanted to use.
Yeah.
But what I did was I went and got just white pine 2x4s
Yeah.
and processed them myself, and
Oh, you processed them?
yeah, I did the whole thing.
You stained it and all that?
Are you kidding? Yeah, I did the whole
Well,
thing.
damn, dude. I had
cut
to
'em.
call my dad to change a light bulb the other day. I don't know.
No. Everything you see in this room, I did. Every bit of it. The sheetrock, the insulation, the electrical,
That's dope, man.
the table, the TVs.
I brought the cowboy hat.
I even
had to see
so
what I brought in here.
This is dope.
This upper shelf up here actually stopped the sheet. My wife was like, "Why are you being lazy?" Because I stopped the sheetrock like 6 inches from the actual top.
Yeah.
Because now I can run wire in anything in this wall and get it out up there.
Yeah.
So like if I need to add another outlet or I want to do all this crazy, because all of the wiring for this table is underneath this table.
Yeah.
It's all wired in. All the there's power, there's Ethernet, there's this monitor over here, there's a computer by Chris. That's a third monitor. So monitor, one tower. Like everything's wired up. It's all
I can see the vet.
Oh yeah, man, my surveillance game is on point.
I see that. It's
I like how he said parking lot. He really appreciates your driveway.
Yeah, it's
I was scared he wasn't going to want to pull in the driveway because it's a little bumpy at the intro.
No, but it's
And he
it's
just tore up
flat.
his shit.
It's just so your entry is wide. It's just the pause, no diddy.
Thanks for noticing, Chad.
Just for you, baby boy.
But it bumps up on the side, so I swung wide and I pulled right in.
Yeah, I thought about getting the driveway redone.
Fuck that.
But
That's
I
going to
mean,
be like 10 grand.
I got quoted 15.
Yeah, so.
Because we have that extra wide drive.
Yeah.
You want to know that was my wife's reason for saying yes to this house?
Because of the driveway?
Because she was like, I'm not.
She
Parking.
married you. She loves extra wide.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not parking.
Got his ass.
I'm not parking behind you. I'm not parking on the street.
Nah.
And there's so many houses in this neighborhood that have that single drive, which is why the street's always clogged up. It's just this neighborhood is like that, and it's always. I mean, obviously, it's all. No one's gonna redo a driveway for it. Like, I never think about that, but I appreciate that we have a 2-car driveway.
Yeah, I'm hoping the city has to come in and like rip up the water main or something, and I get the front of my
Hey, there
driveway.
you go.
replaced.
Because it's only the front that's jacked up.
Yeah. Well,
it's that little lip right there, and it's not even a big deal.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'll find out when I back out.
Can we?
Here.
Let's talk about Philly for a second.
What
Let's
like
do
the
it.
cheesesteaks?
Let's not talk about cheesesteaks because everybody knows about
Sorry,
that.
Chuck.
Let's talk about
Word.
soft pretzels a little bit. What's up with the soft pretzels? Apparently, it's a big deal there.
It is, man. It's one of the Philly 4 major food groups.
Soft pretzel is?
Soft pretzels.
Wait, let me
hoagies.
list them. Oh shit,
Go
he's
ahead,
already
go
got the
ahead.
2 that he didn't. So soft pretzels, hoagies, Philly cheesesteaks,
Yeah.
and not a snow cone, water ice.
There
wait,
it is.
wait, time out.
There it is.
Water ice.
Water ice.
Water ice.
Water ice.
Water ice.
Water ice.
Better put some water on that damn shit.
Explain water ice to us because it's not a
Please.
snow cone, and
It's
they have
not
flavors.
a snow cone.
And there's
It's-
flavors like root beer and shit.
so it's all kinds of. So
Is it like an icy?
No, man. No.
See,
no.
I don't.
What is it? Compare it to something for me so I got a good visual.
All right. So
here.
you ever had Italian ice?
Yes.
All right. It's like that. It's about that
But
consistency.
without the cream, though.
No, because Rita's will put cream on your gelato, right?
What do they put,
Yes, she
Eagle brand?
will.
You damn right she will.
Sorry.
Fuck
But,
yeah, they
uh,
sold Rita's. It's not the OG owners no more. Anyway, continue. I'm
What?
just breaking up your childhood. Continue.
God damn. No, because Rita's.
Corporate
I don't even
interests.
think
Yep.
we had. I don't think I had Rita's when I was a kid. When I was a kid growing up, neighbors had freezers, like giant freezers
they made their own?
outside. No, they got it from a company, but they had giant freezers outside. And I remember Mr. Jacob, he used to sell water ice on the block, 25 cents
just
a scoop,
on his front porch?
like right in front of his house. You know what I mean?
Like no FDA regulations?
No,
just
bro, but that's
come
how it
on in.
was.
I don't know
and
when
he
the
comes
last time
up
we
and,
washed
and
the spoon.
man, I don't even know, man, Mr. Jacob. I don't know if he was like an old white guy or a very light skinned black dude, but he sold water ice, man, 25 cents a scoop, bro, and it was dope. You had the paper cone, man. It was dope, bro.
So-
what was your favorite flavor?
Shit, cherry.
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 I'm
Yeah,
in on
man.
cherry.
We used to have an ice cream man that would do what we called snow cones,
Right.
whatever.
So it's
You know,
not
with the
a snow
pump,
cone.
with the
It's
pump.
not a snow cone, bro. It really isn't.
It's a
Actually,
consistency of Italian ice.
Right.
Which I'm a big Italian ice guy.
right.
'cause-
But Italian ice, like a lot of the Italian ice trucks around here, they only had lemon. Lemon is fucking nasty.
You know who has really
lemon.
good snowballs? Larry P. Shout out Larry P. Can we shout out Larry P one time?
Shout out Larry P.
That dude.
Larry P.
You've never had Larry P?
He owns a place called
Larry P.
Larry P.
Larry P's.
He's now the sales manager over at Jimmy Grande Outdoor.
nice.
and,
Come get a side by side, and we'll hook you up with some crawfish.
Well, on Saturdays he's always cooking food there. So like he's working, he's doing double work. Like he can make a sale, make his money, and he's slanging out crab. And he's the guy that came and served crab that night up at Tiki.
Okay,
yeah, you remember when
yeah.
Chris got crabs that night? It was from him.
Hey man, I shaved
that
my
not-
pubes.
No, it's not what we're.
You know
it's a
crabs,
different
the
night. Sorry.
Pubic lice is becoming extinct because so many people shave their pubes now.
You know what I
Shout
used
out.
to do to get rid of crabs? So I would shave half of my balls, and then I'd light the other half on fire. And as the crabs would jump to the side that wasn't on fire, I'd stab them with a pick.
Hey, I'm Johnny Gates and this is Jackass. Dude,
Surefire way to get with them.
bro.
so Larry P has really great snowballs. There's a place down in East Bank. I forget what it's called. It's like
Oh, it's right there on
Louisiana
the corner.
Streetcar or something like that. It's
Yo,
New
that
Orleans.
place is dope, man. We went there. We took the grandkids there, and dude,
shout out East Bank.
yeah,
What is the place that you're talking
it's
about?
called
What are they-
Sweet Is it
No,
Sweet
no,
Ca- it's
no,
not
that's a
Sweet
piano
Caroline's. Yeah, that is the piano bar.
It's something
It's
streetcar.
something streetcar, Louisiana streetcar, I think. But yo, they have the ice cream in there. Oh my gosh, they have this praline
I don't like how you
ice
say
cream
that.
or whatever. It's not praline.
Praline.
It's praline.
Do you think it's praline?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
I'm from Philly, so
pecan, pecan, praline.
it's water.
praline.
I'll tell you that. It's not water.
Water,
it's definitely water.
water.
You're right. It's water.
It's water.
What's up, babe?
But
Oh, shit.
yo,
Oh,
it
shit,
was
the water.
delicious. It
Yeah.
was freaking delicious.
You know what's
man.
funny? Me and Joel went to go pass out flowers one day down there
Mhm.
during the middle of summer, dude. And obviously, y'all are all in Louisiana that's listening to this, all 17 of y'all. And it's okay, Chuck. You're going to get the
Thank
views
you. Thank you for the.
up. The bump. I gave you
Yeah,
15
I appreciate it.
You got some views off that last one.
Okay,
You're
I mean,
welcome.
Just settle down. It's not as many as the people.
It's about as
rap-
many as we sold
people
last
like,
night.
People like to watch me deep throat hot dogs. Thank you very much. That's where the views
But-
come from.
So I was like, dude, let's go get a snow cone. Well, I'm a diabetic, so I can't just have the sugariest shit ever, you know? And like, look, obviously I drink and I'll eat some shit or I wouldn't be built like I am. But I try to not consume as much sugar as possible. Like I don't drink the regular Coke. I do Diet Coke, like shit like that.
Right.
And so I was like, all right, well, I'll get a sugar-free one. And for some reason, Joel, not a diabetic, not a fat guy, he's like, well, I'll get a sugar-free one too. And I take a bite and I go, this fucking sucks. I should have just taken the sugar. And he goes, that place fucking sucks. And I go, no, we got the sugar-free. And he goes, yeah, why'd we do that? And I go, I don't know why you fucking did it. I was like, I'll die if I eat
I know why I did it.
Yeah, I did it for life.
And he's like, I just did it because I thought we were being healthy. And I was like, no, dude, I did it so I don't die. Like, so
And he took one for the team.
let's get back to Chuck. He's
So
from
Chuck,
Philly.
So
cheesesteaks.
what year is your car?
So 23.
23.
Yeah.
I used to work for a guy that had I think it was a 91 convertible
Yeah.
teal.
Ooh,
like,
that's a good color on
That was
those.
so
Chuck
ugly.
didn't like it. I love that color.
He was like, man, you ever seen a car sexier than that? And I was like, dude, I drive a Mazda B2500. Yes. And that motherfucker used to pay me every Friday to go wash his car. I drive it, and it drove like a fucking hunk of steel. I mean, steering wheel was heavy. I mean,
So
it just.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I've never liked the older Corvettes. Like
Well, that's what I was getting at.
C6s, the C6s and 7s. I never really liked them. So
The Stingray's okay at best.
nah, cause so when I lived in Bossier, my first time here. I lived in Bossier, and my landlord had a Corvette. And he had like a
real good
motorcycle.
about paying your rent every month. Like fuck you.
Yeah,
dude.
and then he was a Vietnamese dude. He goes, Chuck, I need you to take Corvette on base and sell. I said, okay.
How much
He
is that
gives me
taking
the
off my rent?
keys. He gives me the keys, and I'm driving this thing, man. I'm like, yo, this is fucking cool. But then it was a long car.
Yes. Those older ones are super long.
Yes, and I'm just like, nah, bro, that much nose out in front of you. So I would
You feel like
park
you're
it.
gonna hit everything.
Everything.
Yes.
Okay, so you haven't necessarily been a Corvette guy your whole
No.
life. Okay.
And then
He hit-
2020 hits and they make it mid-engine. And so I went to it was it's not Who's There Now, but it was a car dealership right there on the corner of Airline in Texas. And they had an orange one out there.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking
but
about.
this
yeah. That
this was
yellow
before Who
building
Owns
by
It
the
Now.
mall.
Right.
Yeah.
It was blue back then. Like it was
Yep.
it was like 2 years ago. And I test drove that one. And that shit was
Dude,
awesome.
there's
and then
something
every time I
different.
saw one, I'm like, damn, that's a Lambert. Oh, it's a Corvette.
There's something different about a mid-engine mount. I was telling him about this, so I used to sell the Alfa Romeos, and they had a mid-engine mount, the 4C. And literally, I have never really been a huge car guy, but when that one came, I was like, this is the coolest fucking car
Yeah.
I've ever seen. I could not fit unless we had the target tops, and so we had to take it off.
Yeah.
For me to drive it. And like we used to drive them, like when Mardi Gras would come, we'd take them out on
Yeah.
the strip so everybody could see them. We'd have the signs on the side or whatever.
Yep.
And there is something crazy about that fucking car because you hit 90 so fucking quick without realizing it. And
Bro.
they handle so good because the weight is right there in the center.
Yeah,
It's not in
yeah.
the back. It's not in the front. It's right fucking where you are.
and
it's
this is
crazy.
the new version of it, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what y'all
so
were saying?
and it's crazy, man, because so that Corvette makes my 48th vehicle that I've owned.
Jesus Christ, Chuck.
Yeah,
you sound
man.
like my mother.
But it's the
Mine
Yours
first.
were a little worse.
It's the first it's the first legit like damn near super sports car because so I've had Mustangs before. you know, and it was cool. But driving a mid-engine car, it takes a little. It's different,
It's
man.
not just
Especially
power.
going around turns and
It's
stuff.
not just
like,
power; it's the handling.
yeah,
on those.
it handles different, man.
Yeah, I've always been an SUV or
So that
a
me
truck
too,
guy,
me
so
too.
I've
And
never really
actually,
driven cars like
Yeah,
that.
before that, you had
this
the Jag.
Corvette. Well, I still
I know.
yeah.
It's up for
So
sale.
this
Y'all looking for a Jag?
this
hit up
car
Chuck.
this car is like the first car I've had in my past 5 or 6 vehicles. It's the first car. Like everything else has been SUVs.
He has a fantastic car. Chuck also drives it like he knows he has a fantastic car.
Oh yeah, you speed demon.
Yeah,
guess
when
you
you have
kinda
that
have
kind
to
of,
be,
when you
yeah.
have that kind of car, you should be. You're gonna get tickets. You
Well, I
know
mean,
what
I had
you're
a
doing.
I had
Yeah.
a jacked up
Yeah.
4-wheel drive Z71, and you didn't catch me in the mud all the time.
But here's the thing, man. Like
wanted to be,
like that
but-
that speed is amazing. It's also scary.
Yeah,
Like, so you're not, like, when you're hitting those crazy speeds, you're not in it for a long, well, I'm not in it for a long time.
you're
because
getting
I'm
there
like,
and then dropping off.
no,
and
I'm there and I'm like, oh shit, this is awesome.
Once
and then
those
I'm just like,
lines- once
like,
those double
because I rode
lines-
motorcycles, man. Like, I owned a Hayabusa, and it was my first motorcycle ever.
That was your first one?
yeah.
That's fucking
like
insane.
I learned on a Hayabusa.
What is it, 1300 cc's?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one that it
Yes.
weighs like me and you ran into each other, and then
Yes.
20 of us ran into each other again.
Yeah.
They're heavy as shit. They're fast as fuck, and it
But
makes
I
no
learned
sense.
on it, and
Did you have it stretched.
no. Straight line was awesome. It was the turns that got me because I got to lean this big motherfucker over.
They're
on me.
heavy as shit,
Bro,
yeah.
I took it to Germany, and you know, they instead of street corners, they had roundabouts. So it got to the point where, man, I got to the point where I was hanging off the side, pulling it over on
Knee
me,
touching, yeah.
knee touching, rolling around. Man, I took that thing to Nürburgring. It was nasty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did one time, and then I had to leave because you're there with a whole bunch of other cars at the same everything at
Yeah.
the same time.
Everyone's just driving
Yeah,
fast
yeah,
as
everybody-
shit, yeah.
Not everybody's a fucking race driver, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool, this was cool, and then I'm out. So, but yeah, man, it's awesome. And then once you see that dash line
turn into
turn
one.
solid,
That's when it gets nerve-wracking.
bro.
So when I worked at Landers, we had a 2001 Viper, I think.
My edible just kicked in.
Like I saw him shifting this shit. I'm
Did
like,
y'all
what the
see
fuck?
that?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, it just hit me in the back of the head like a baseball bat.
Like I looked at him. I'm like, I'm sitting here talking.
Did
Like,
you
what the
you
fuck
saw,
is wrong?
Because I was
with
like,
him?
wait a minute, my eye did it just close and not open back up? What
It
the
wouldn't
fuck
be the
is it?
first medical emergency in this room.
Ah, no, man. I
Uh.
just like warm water down your spine.
Yeah, man. I love cars, man. I would sell cars, but man, nah.
It's not worth the stress and
it's,
time away.
It's not, man.
When was the last time you saw Travis?
Good point.
Travis hasn't been to an open mic since he started selling cars.
Good point. Good point. But now I
I don't
sling
sell
houses.
cars. What's up with me?
Now
You're
I sling-
gay.
Now
Oh,
I sling houses, man. So I work on base.
How is
a
that?
flight
Like,
sim?
is
Houses?
It, yeah. Is it lucrative? Is it?
I mean, it can be. You get out what you put in.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
I know quite a few people that sell it here in town, and they
Yeah.
all kind of
Ditzy
seem to have
blondes.
the same. No, they all kind of have the same attitude. Like it's kind of saturated.
I mean,
There's a
They-
lot
and
of
they
people.
feel disappointed.
No, no,
Like,
no.
It used to apparently
So-
be really good. Now
I think it's
it's
good
not.
for Chuck because that's not his source of income. That's a side hustle.
Makes sense.
right. So
Chuck's okay if he doesn't sell another
the
house
only
again.
thing the only thing that keeps me from jumping into real estate full time is the flight sim job, like you know. But I love real estate, man. I really do. Like houses are awesome, man. Like, and if I could help somebody get into the house that they want, you know what I mean? Like, I'm helping you make the biggest purchase you're ever going to
Yes.
make in your life. It's your house. And if I could help somebody do that, and then like they have their family in that house, and they, you know, it's Christmas, it's
You're
all the
planning
holidays.
roots for a family.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, and I enjoy that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I really do. And the houses sell themselves, man. Like either you see yourself and your family in that house, or you don't.
And they
Plain
just got to
simple.
like you when it's all said and done. Like the choice.
Not
I didn't
necessarily.
even
You-
like my
you don't
realtor
even-
when I bought this house.
you don't even have to-
He wore bedazzled jeans and shit. Yeah, this dude was something else. I was like, nah, this dude is like. I mean, he's got a T-shirt tucked into bedazzled jeans, wearing
Oh, bro.
dress shoes on a Thursday at 8:30 at night over here showing me how this fireplace has a crack in it. Like,
Look,
now shut the fuck up, man. I'll work
Chuck
on
didn't
that.
show the
When
cracks
I-
in the fireplace.
It was the jeans. It was
Just
the
kidding.
jeans.
when I get a client that wants to purchase a house, right? You tell me what you're looking for in a house. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna search, and I'm gonna pull up 5 to 6 properties. That's what you're looking for in your price range. One may be, at the dead bottom of your price range. One may
Might be
be
a little bit
over,
over, yeah.
a little bit over your price range. But I do that just to allow you to see the comparison of
Like, this is your budget,
What can-
but if you spend $10,000 more, this is what I can
right,
get you.
right. But I'm not, and that's not me necessarily trying to get them to spend more. I'm just trying to show you what's out there at these price ranges,
Yeah,
right?
there's more
Right.
options
And
for you. Yeah.
by the time I send those to you, you're going to look at those, and then 9 times out of 10, they narrow it down out of the 5 or 6 that I send them. They're going to narrow that down to 3,
Yeah.
and then we're going to go look at those 3. And then once we look at those 3, I guarantee you that third one I show you, by the time I finish showing you that third one, your 1 or 2 is going to be your option. And they go with either one.
Dude, I remember buying a house was such a disaster for us. We went to like 7 different houses. Let me ask you this. This is a realtor question. We had to pay for every single fucking inspection.
Yeah.
The homeowner should pay for that that's selling that, correct?
No.
That
No.
is on
You're
us?
the one that wants the
you're the
inspection.
one that
You
wants
wanna
the
know.
house. You want the house,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's up to you to do
Yeah,
your due
bank-
diligence
your
to make
bank is
sure
telling
that.
you.
So
Okay.
yeah,
If
your
you-
bank is
yeah.
telling you so the house has to, first off, the house has to appraise for
Yes.
what they're
a
asking,
certain percent. Yes.
right? It has to appraise for that. Then you want to do your home inspection to make sure everything's good.
And you
And
need to
then
know who
you're-
your home inspector is. Is he a quality home inspector?
Right.
Or is he somebody that you can slide $20 to and they'll say everything's fine so you can get your mortgage?
Yeah.
Because
So
some
I-
people, that's how they want it too. Is they just, I want a house.
No,
I
no,
like
fix
it.
whatever.
No,
yeah.
yeah. So
Well, I'm just saying, some people, they're desperate that way. And
Right,
they're
right.
like, who do I have?
So I have 2 or 3 that I use, and I'll hit them up for home inspections. Mortgage lender, I have a mortgage lender that I use. Like if somebody comes to me and they don't have money, they
Yeah.
don't have financing, I'll send them to who I send them to, and the
LJ
lender
Richardson and
the
Associates.
lender that I have. Can I shout them out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cherry Mortgage, Cherry Mortgage LLC.
Where we help you pop it.
Miss Corbett over there, like she is awesome.
It was
You
such
know
a
what I
good
mean?
plug to
From
do
like
that.
she is awesome. Like
Oh,
like
okay.
she works. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where she is, what's going on. She
been at a
works
kid's
and she
birthday
gets
party
it.
and she'll get a
She gets
handle.
it done. She gets it done.
So
like
let me-
there were a few deals I was like, oh man, this is crap. This is not going to work.
Yeah.
And like
Cherry,
but real estate is cool, man. Even with the new the law change, it just takes a little adjustment and getting used to it, and we roll with it.
With the higher interest rates, I mean, how much harder is it now to actually sell houses? Like, are you seeing any kind of like any kind of pushback with that kind of stuff where people aren't actually trying to buy houses, or is it still as strong as it's always
I
been?
think
But here's
people
the
still
thing.
want houses,
Yeah,
though.
people still need a place to live, right?
Yeah.
But bottom line, people are looking at these interest rates and they're like, "Oh my God, it's so high." But back when our parents were buying houses,
It was like 20.
it was like 20% interest
That's
rate.
not a good comparison.
You know what I mean?
If you ask me,
Because
though, because
prices
my
were-
dad, the house that my dad lives in right now, beat up to shit. Or yeah, he's dead.
He lives in
but
this
the house
room
that
right now.
the house that my dad lived in, beat up to shit. It
Uh-huh.
was worth $45,000.
Right.
He bought it
Mm-hmm.
in great condition for
Right.
$30,000.
Yeah.
Right.
So I hear that the interest rates were higher back then. Yes,
But the price was cheaper.
But here's
exactly.
the thing.
But now that
So-
house, if it was in the same condition that it was in when he bought it, that's a $140,000 house. So
But with inflation, does that add up?
I don't.
But then here's the
I
here's
can't
the
even spell
thing.
it, dog.
Here's the thing. A lot of people. So, all right, let's say you look at the interest rates and you're like, I don't want to buy the house because the interest rates are crazy. Okay, now you're renting, and landlords know that you don't want to buy a house, and they're looking at the market just like realtors are looking at the market. So guess what? Because you don't want to pay said interest rate and you feel that the interest rate is too high, so that house that you're looking at, and let's say the mortgage on the house, interest rate and all, the mortgage, $1,200-$1,300 a month. then you add in utilities, right? You go rent that same house. You're going to rent that house $1,900 a month.
Yeah.
So, but here's like for
And
me.
then you add in utilities.
For me, it's throwaway money. You're stuck in a weird position. I'm throwing away money by renting, or I'm throwing away money on this interest rate.
You're not
Because
throwing away money on your interest rate.
interest, and like flood insurance. You never see that does nothing for it. You never see it again.
Okay, but
My
you're
point
investing
is,
though.
well, no, I
in
understand
your,
that.
your property. Like you're paying you instead of paying that person.
I understand all that,
Right.
But I think
Are y'all gonna fight?
No. This is
Well,
good talk.
I think that when it comes to like how, especially when the interest rates, when they were asking 8.5%, 9% at one point in time.
Yeah.
If I was renting somewhere, I'm just going to stay here because somebody else is in charge of the roof, somebody else is in charge of the foundation, the hot water heater, the stove, the refrigerator, that floor, water leaks, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Till they come down, I'd rather throw money away this way than throw money away that way.
So
because it's going to come down.
Right. So
Why
when
not
you,
wait
when
it
you
out?
Have when you have you can wait
always
it out.
refinance too.
You can wait it out. You can
Who wants to
wait
add
it out.
$5,000 to your house just to get a 2% interest rate?
But here's the thing:
over 30 years.
you can wait it out.
Who wants to pay their house off in 30 years? Make that extra one every year and
Me
get it down to
being
15.
You can wait it out. One of three things is going to happen.
One
It's
extra
a
note a year?
gamble.
That's it.
It's either
We'll go
going
back
to
to that.
it's either going to go up, it's going to go down, or it's going to stay the same.
Right.
So
You're right,
it's
yeah.
up to you to gamble that.
Yeah, and I
right?
guess it is. Which
But
which way do you want to throw your money away?
But how are you throwing your if you buy a house and like you have your home warranty, which covers all your hot water heater, all that stuff, that's not throwing money away.
But you got to pay for it.
Huh?
You got to pay for that home warranty.
Yes.
Yeah, you got
It's X amount of dollars a month.
I will say
Right.
this.
And it's not cheap because I've had them.
right.
And a full home warranty on a house my size is probably $200, $225 a month.
75.
For the full home warranty?
Full home warranty.
No.
What's included in yours? Appliances.
Well, I don't have it anymore, but what we used to do was appliances, air conditioners, refrigerators, the whole 9 yards. It's the full home warranty.
I have the full
Yes.
home warranty, and I'm about
Chuck lives in a $1
110,
million
112.
house.
Right. Well, and one
Ladies and gentlemen, no, I do
yeah.
not.
One thing I will say is check
Unless
what's
you're
actually
single.
covered because my
Right.
dad was paying 120, 125 for a full home warranty, and when it came time to call in that warranty, hey, this warranty that you have on the heater doesn't cover the heater.
Oh yeah, you got to go to battle with them. I will say that.
No,
you
there
do
was no
have-
going to battle. It was done. Like no, we sent a guy out. He looked at it. The heater is broken. We don't cover the heater.
We recently.
And that's certain cases,
Right,
it's jacked
so-
up. But here's the thing: your warranty, your home insurance, all that stuff, right? That's not throwing money away. That's ensuring that you have your
It's a peace
property's
of
good.
mind.
Here's the thing.
You're never going to get that money back.
But here's
Yes.
the thing: when you drive your car, you have to have insurance.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
never going to get that money back unless something happens, right?
Well, even then, you're not going to get that money back.
Right.
You're
But
not
you
gonna-
still insure your car.
because it's legally, I have to legally do it because I have a note on it or because the state says so or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like it sucks that I have to legally keep flood insurance on this house and it's never flooded. It's
Oh,
throwaway
you're in
money.
a flood zone.
Yeah, it's
That
throwaway
sucks.
money.
That's why we
and
didn't buy a
that's the
house
shit
over
that
here.
bothers me is like
Yeah.
it's like throw. I understand the idea of
Right,
like
right.
you have to have your house insured because
Right.
of X, Y, Z. But if you have your house insured and you have it insured to the max, and a named hurricane comes through and drops a tree down the middle of it, well, now your insurance company says, well, because it was a named hurricane, it's going to be 20%. You don't have a deductible like you used to. Now your deductible is 20% of your house.
I get it, man.
And there's-
so
and
your,
that's the
your
thing that
issue
bothers me
so your
is-
issue really isn't owning a house. It's
No,
it's
I own
the
one.
it's the insurance and
Got it right there.
We're
So
here.
yeah, it's the insurance and everything that comes
Well, and-
with it,
and,
right?
And that's the thing is like there's a lot of things, and that's
Right.
why I say what I say about like with the interest rates versus renting.
Mm-hmm,
I think in a scenario that I'm at, obviously I'm not doing anything. My interest rate is 2%.
Yeah.
I bought my house.
I'm the same way. Like we're sticking it out.
I bought my house for, and I'll just say it. Fuck it. I bought my house. $1,000. I put $10,000 down.
Yeah.
I've put what did we?
I think you
talked the
said
other
you
day
put about 10 to 15.
$10 or $12,000 into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
But there's this crazy bubble that's
I'll give y'all the
happening
address
right
if
now.
y'all ask in the comments.
No, it's not. And you would look at my house and be like, "There's no fucking way I can
Yeah.
show you the appraisal."
I can show you the
I
inside.
mean?
too.
I
There's-
can run the
and I know-
CMA
and I know
and-
you
yeah,
know,
and look at
because
it, yeah.
at the end of the day, there's this crazy bubble that's going on right now
Yes.
that I was telling you that I think when it pops, my house will come down to a realistic price. You know what I mean? So, and that's one of the things that sucks right now is that you get a high interest rate, you get inflated prices, you pay all this insurance, and you're right, you can turn around and sell it. But when you buy a house, I sell my house right now and somebody buys it.
Yeah.
Now I have to take that money and try to find something that's,
Similar.
well, but that's inflated in price,
Yeah.
higher interest rate.
So did you
But
really
it's
gain
but it's
money?
not necessarily
All my
but it's
profit-
not necessarily
All your profits
inflated
spent.
in price, because what's going to drive the price of your house is the market and analysis of the properties that are similar to yours in the same within that same area.
My
That's
house.
what's going to drive the price
Similar
of the
comps.
homes.
My house is absolutely, the price of my house is absolutely inflated. There's no way
I will say
that
this.
my 4-bedroom, 2-bath, almost 1,600 square foot house.
It's crazy that you fit 4 bedrooms in 1,600 because we have 3 in a 2,000 square foot, and it doesn't feel like it's enough space for these fucking rooms.
Well, you got that gigantic den that,
that's the pool room. I don't want you to ever call it that again.
excuse me, you have that gigantic pool room.
There's a pool table covered in laundry right now. Okay, so just
Excuse me, you have a laundry room, that big laundry room. But yeah, I just feel like, especially right now, like if you're trying to buy a house now, Jesus Christ, I do believe that bubble is going to burst soon.
I hope so
And
for
if
the
you
younger
bought a house,
generation.
if you
I
bought
do.
a house for $250,000 that you have a mortgage on, and you're paying every month, you're not making any extra payments or anything like that. Say you're in Broadmoor and you live in a quote floodplain, and you got to pay,
Yeah.
what, $500 a year.
When
for
was the
flood
last time you
insurance?
checked to see if your property was in the flood zone? Because I know they do surveys
All of
and they
Broadmoor
change.
is. You
Yeah,
have to
bro,
have
this
flood
area over here
insurance.
is
Yeah,
full.
It's all of
It's
this
because
is a
Yuri
flood
Drive
zone.
drains out this way.
No, it's because it's an
Oh,
old
wait,
pecan.
this
It's a
way.
pecan or old pecan orchard that was
Like
built
Dixie
up,
Garden, yeah.
and they say it's a floodplain. I'm not the one that says it. The mortgage companies that we have say, hey, because the city says it's a floodplain, you have to hold flood insurance in that particular area. Now, once I pay my house off, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody
but
else
it's
can.
it's the bank guarding their money.
Correct. It's the city saying that it is, and the bank saying, hey, we have to guard our
follow
ass.
that. Yeah.
Which sucks because if my house floods, my flood insurance has a crazy deductible, even though I pay extra money to bring it down. It's fucking
Yeah.
throwaway money. And that's what sucks about the world that we live in right now is there's a lot of directions you can just fucking throw money away.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why I was curious, like, has it slowed down, or are people still
Nah,
like,
people are buying, man.
That's
people
crazy to
People are
me.
buying houses, man. So
it's
I
just
mean,
crazy to me that it.
Well, even with our house, I think we paid like maybe, and I think we put like 15 grand down or whatever. Shout out Jordan's grandpa.
Way
He
to
had
go,
to-
Grandpa.
He had to die
Looking for
us to
sponsors,
get it, but
Papa?
yeah. He sponsored that
die
fucking house. I'll
first.
tell you that much.
Bro,
for free.
that's Jack though. He
had to die for us to
Time
get
for
it.
us to get a house.
Uh,
Oh man, I never hit start recording.
bullshit.
Yeah.
He's such a dickhead. I feel like he's checking now.
No, I was just seeing how long we're going. We're at an hour 20.
All right, cool.
we
So we
good?
probably need to wrap it up in a little bit.
No, we're good. This
No, we're good.
has been good.
This is
Yeah.
cool.
Me and Chuck are arguing. It's all good.
No, it's great. Like the whole time I was sitting there and I go, I'm not interrupting the day.
Hey,
I'm just
but-
sitting back and watching.
But why is this in the middle? Like, who's this
That's for you.
Oh, negative Ghost Rider.
It's for Johnny.
Pattern
Johnny
is
doesn't
full.
drink. I can't drink 6, but I can have 5.
I'm not drinking this.
Yes, you are. I didn't ask.
I've got kids and got to go to the grocery store.
One beer, bro.
I don't drink.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Last week Johnny drank with me because he doesn't.
I saw it.
He hadn't. You watched the whole one, whole podcast.
He said
Dude,
I watched
we had to cut out a bunch of it because your boy has a problem with interrupting. I've been working on it today.
57 minutes of
We cut
editing.
out, but it wasn't all because of interrupting. We said some racist
Well, it was
things.
all
too.
him. It was all him talking. What racist thing did I say? Don't bring it up. But what racist thing did I say?
Don't bring it up.
We'll go to the cut. We'll go to. Hey, if y'all want to join the Patreon, you can
You
hear
know
the
what?
shit.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Chuck's here. Chuck,
Speaking of black guys,
did I cuss too much at the clean show?
No,
Thank you.
No,
He
time
was
out.
the opener.
Time
no,
out.
no.
Thank you.
But
he was not the.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah, you
opened-
were. Yeah, because I put you
I
up first because
yeah.
he had something to play off of you.
Yeah.
Because
I
the
opened-
only reason I put you up first because he goes, me and Chuck could never because it
That was
doesn't.
just, it was just
Yeah,
how
yeah,
I
yeah.
how I
It's
described
too
the joke.
it's too
to you.
aggressive to be like me and a black guy couldn't do this. But now they know Chuck. They love Chuck. They're appreciating Chuck.
Hey, hold
and now-
on. Real quick. Why did every comedian get up last night and just shout me the hell out? Like, I'm sitting there
I
just
mean, you're
trying
Chuck. That's wrong. Why not?
Well, I will say
Bro,
this. I love the fucking Garners so fucking much.
Oh,
They are some of my favorite people in the world.
appreciate you, bro.
Literally, the other day we saw them at it wasn't the other day, but a couple weeks ago. We
Oh,
saw
yeah,
them at
yeah, yeah,
Spirit
Spirit.
Halloween,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it was me, Jordan, and Buns, right? And so they see us, we're hugging in the parking lot, talking, or whatever. We go in, go
Yeah.
get costumes or whatever. We're getting costume. I just said her name. Fuck it, who cares? So we're getting her a costume for Halloween. She's gonna be Minnie Mouse, and the other day, me and her have to go to Burlington because we need a new shower curtain. I ain't paying Walmart prices, baby. I want that discount, you know? So we go to get a shower curtain, and it's right by Spirit Halloween. And she looks at Spirit Halloween and she goes, Daddy, I love Lisa and her dad. And I go, I looked at her, I go,
funny.
who? And she goes, Lisa and her dad. And I go, Lisa and Chuck? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I love them too, baby.
Lisa and her black dad.
Lisa and her father.
So
You
was it?
damn right I'm her daddy.
So your grandson is how old now?
2.
Okay, so that's the one that buns.
The
then.
youngest one. Yeah.
He's about to be 3 then, huh?
yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah.
close?
He'll be 3 in March. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's why I wear my papa hat.
So the first time, I think I'd known
yeah,
Chuck
yeah, yeah.
maybe.
A
I'd
few
met
months.
Chuck maybe 2-3 times,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah.
nothing crazy, like just enough. Like, hey, what's up, man? Blah blah blah. And we see him at like some fall festival, not a fall, but a carnival thing. Where
Yeah, yeah.
whatever Jazz Fest, I think is what it was.
No. It was it was over in what was that park over
it was
there?
Betty Virginia Park.
Better Virginia Park.
Whatever
So-
they had.
Pumpkin Shine online.
It wasn't. I don't think it was a Halloween thing because it was on a Saturday.
No, it wasn't a Halloween thing. It was like their fall fest or a craw fest.
I was
or
going to say,
something.
Crawfest.
they do a
Crawfest.
crawfish thing. There it is.
I think
yeah,
we did
Crawfest.
Crawfest, and there was a bunch of food trucks. So we're just
Yeah.
walking. I see Chuck and Lisa, and at this point, I still can't remember his name. And I'm like, "Hey, man, what's up?" And they got their grandbaby, and I got Buns,
Yeah.
and they are obsessed with each other at this point. And I'm like, "Dude, I will fuck your baby up right now if he does not get away from my daughter right now."
That boy was a PIMP.
Dude, he's ready to get it, and I was like, "You can't. You
At
gotta be."
less
we
than a
used to-
year old. Bro.
We used to tell Jackson, give him flirty eyes, and he'd go.
fucking Jax.
Or give him the look, and he'd,
You know, every time. So Johnny, you have 3 kids.
yes.
I know sister.
Mm-hmm.
I know Donut.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't pick Jackson out of
Jay?
a lineup at all.
It's Jay.
I've never seen him.
Do you want to see him? Hold
No.
on. Hold on.
Don't go. Ain't no denying that one. It's
No,
like
man, this
it's like
is-
me and Tootie. Like, yeah, that's his for sure.
Damn, y'all got kids, and I'm sitting here like, oh,
Yeah, you got grown-ass kids.
Yeah, my kids are grown.
Yeah, that's you, bro. I love. He looks like he's in a ska
wow,
band.
bro. Yeah.
Get him on a saxophone. He's got to join a ska band.
I said he looked with one of the last time he dressed up in that suit. He had just a black tie. And
Did you have to pick him up drunk last night in homecoming?
No.
Or he's not into that?
No.
Not
He did
yet?
get in the car and was like, "Dad, smell these." You recognize her?
Like, no, but in a couple years I might recognize her.
I think I've met her mom before. And
Now we're rolling, baby.
and people tell me
Took an hour and a half. We're here, baby.
and people tell me my humor is
Fumble.
inappropriate.
What's up, guys?
You ain't
I'm
gonna
just
hurt
doing my
nothing.
best.
I got
No,
plenty more
He
mics.
caught it on his chest.
Yeah, look here. He looks like Mr.
with
Blonde or something from what is the name of that movie?
It's
Reservoir
the one-
Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
Ah.
Yep. Did you know what's funny? I've seen that sign 100 times here. I've seen it about 10 times here.
Yeah.
My brother has this sign in his house.
Yeah.
And I sent it to him just now. That's why I was on my phone. I was like, "Do you have this?" And he goes, "No, I gave it to you." And I was like, "I don't have it." Because I've always told you I want that fucking thing. Because you're like, "No, you can't
No,
have
you
it."
can't have that.
I gave you shit, but it's okay. What else do you got in here?
Hey,
man?
look, I will give you some stuff, but
Just-
that,
is that
ain't
your
it.
dad's?
Yeah, that's
Is
it.
that an old ass mailbox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, real mailbox?
Yeah, real mailbox. Like it looked like the mailbox I had when
Yeah, they just put a
when I was when
just
I
put that
first
thing on
joined
top?
the Air Force, man.
glass.
Yeah, I remember that back in the day, man. Good gosh, bro.
Where'd the mail go in? Did it have a bigger slot?
No, in the back. In the back. So they opened up the
Oh,
back
it's slid
side
open
and
or
it's
something like
nah,
that?
they go on the other side of the wall.
Oh, it's like the mailbox or like a PO box. Almost.
right,
Okay,
right, right.
okay,
And they
okay.
just put it in. You
Apartment
open it.
type
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, yeah.
What is that?
That's
coin
how I
in
used to
there?
get the mail in the dorms.
Is that Donald Trump on a coin?
Way back yonder. What?
I don't need you to move it too much. There's a coin I want to look at. It's this one right here, the very back touching the glass. Yep.
That one? You mean that one? You
Yes.
mean that one? You mean
Who is
one?
that on the back of that coin? That is not Donald Trump.
It's the best coin.
It's an Asian.
It's the greatest quarter they've ever made.
Huge. It's huge.
I came in here and said, wow, look at that great coin.
Dude, I have a joke about Donald Trump, but I can't do it because I can't get the voice right.
I mean, what's his name tells you exactly how to do it.
Oh, Shane
Shane
Gillis?
Gillis, you just, you come in and you describe. What did he say? You go someplace and describe it, and then just say that you described it that way. I walked in here and said, I walked into this big room and said, wow, that's a big room.
I can't get the voice. That's the only thing.
Well, all you got to do is just throw a little bit of rasp in there.
Oh, it was a joke when he got shot in the ear, and I was like, I just like to think that the people think they planned it, and he was like, all right, just make sure it's not in the gay ear.
The left is wrong and right is right.
just make sure
That's
it's
what
not
I mean. That's what I told him. I said the left ear is wrong.
How'd the podcast get rolling this late into it?
I mean, we can edit all of that
and
out.
all
of
the
there
other
if you
stuff.
want to.
Just cut out. You'll just have a separate podcast called Realty.
We'll change the name to the new podcast called 30 Minutes In. We'll release the terrible table, and then 30 minutes in, this is when we get rolling. Chris offered me a beer, and I finally loosened it.
All I had to do was offer it.
No, I think what happened was
gummy kicked in.
I was sober. The cookie or the edible kicked in, and then the edge finally wore off.
I need to take those gummies you offered the other day because I got to quit drinking. We're gonna have to edit this. I do work a corporate job. Mushroom gummies. You want one?
Negative Ghost Rider. I got it.
Maybe later. I got to drive.
Smoke pot or anything? You want some heroin? I've got some. Fentanyl?
Nah, I'm
Meth?
We
What
got
do you
Mark Pugh's obituary over
I
there.
see
He
that.
died.
I see that.
He died a long
I
time
will
ago.
say
he's
this.
dead to
And
me
he, and
now.
he came back. He resurrected.
You know what?
Ever since I did that damn door work at that fundraiser for him, and he didn't move to Austin, he moved to like Wascom or something. I was like, dude, this is never.
moved to
I mean,
Fooled me once.
he had to move it. He had to move in steps.
Hey,
he had to
man,
move in
look.
steps, but he made the move.
We might have to
and he's
edit
doing
this
his
because I
thing.
want to shit on Mark. Never mind.
We can shit on Mark. He's our friend.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's our boy. He knows it doesn't
Anyway,
mean
next
anything.
subject.
Like Mark's not really dead to me.
Can
you
I
know
tell
what
you?
I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
love
mad
Mark.
at him for working
I
the
will
door.
say this: of all the, we've thrown a bunch of great shows. I
Yeah.
think everybody can agree we've done
Yeah.
some cool fucking shit in this.
I mean, look, nothing beats that
The vape show?
fundraiser that we did.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, that was the best that
Yeah.
anybody's ever done, ever, anywhere in the history of comedy.
Yeah.
You just can't convince me.
Johnny's been on 2 shows. You know what's funny? We talked about this last week. Joel, I'm always telling Joel, man, Johnny's so funny. He calls me every day with a new joke, blah, blah, blah. He's writing, but he's not performing. And he goes, you're always saying how funny Johnny is. Why we only got him working the door? And I go, because that's my dog, and he's willing to work the door, and that's why it's so funny. So he's got that show December 14th,
yeah.
and I go, I don't. His wife showed interest in it or something on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And I commented, I go, I don't know how he's going to perform and work the door, but we're going to figure it
You
out.
want to figure that
I'm
out?
going to be down there with a microphone. Welcome, everybody. Thank y'all for showing up.
Last week.
Do you have your tickets? All right. So anyway, I was talking about masturbating.
And last week I was like, I guess I was like, he said your wife's going. I was like, perfect. She can work the door.
Yeah, I told her, and she was like, "No, there's the boss right there." Hold
It's your wife.
on. Uh-oh.
What's up,
Oh,
mama?
we're on a podcast. Say hey to Chuck and Chris. Hey, baby. No, you're good. What you doing?
Nothing. Just got back to the hotel.
Yeah. How was everything?
It was good. I'll talk to you later.
Love
Nope,
you.
you're on the
Everybody's
podcast. You're on the podcast. You made it.
Love
Doses.
you.
Man, she saw that chocolate man and
she
blew
blew
a
me a
kiss. Guys,
Oh, are we done? I
I
thought we
need
were
to
just
be
getting
soon.
started. Where you got to go? It's only
I got a lunch at noon.
Oh man, you got a hard out. 11:27. Well, what I'll do is I'll just cut everything but the last 10 minutes. That was fun. And then,
The last 10 minutes was so great.
yeah.
What the fuck
Well,
happened?
what else you want to know?
I mean,
Chuck's a comedian. We got that out of the way.
Yeah.
did I cuss too much at the show?
No.
Wait, time
It
out.
was sprinkled in nicely.
Time out. I'm not even
It
mad.
wasn't supposed to be any.
There was
know,
none.
but once you asked them if it was okay,
We were allowed 0 fucks. And Johnny gave 3 fucks.
He just said it the best.
Once you asked him if it was okay.
Okay, time out. No, we'll go back to this because I've said it
I
multiple
know you've
times.
said it multiple times. This is his argument.
Johnny asked the people who did not fucking pay us if he could say a word.
But I asked the people that paid them. I asked the people that paid the people.
That's a closing argument. You haven't said that to me. You're right.
I said it last time.
Well,
I
didn't
asked the
listen.
people
I'm just saying,
that paid
like-
the people that paid us.
Yeah. So once he got that okay, shit,
That show ain't clean no more.
fuck it, bro.
I will say this: the dude didn't care,
He didn't.
so it's fine.
Yeah.
But
But it was just curse. It wasn't like it was super raunchy.
his
dirty
joke was
or-
about.
Damn.
Chuck don't listen to you. He's in
No,
the
no,
green.
no.
He's
I was
having a good
drinking.
time.
I was
It's all
drinking.
good.
I was drinking.
Yeah, it's
all
not super
good.
raunchy. It's about.
Hey, man. I was just trying to find a place is all I was doing. Didn't mean what
To
was
drop
going
the F-bomb?
I did no.
That's the joke.
Which, by the way, the joke does not work unless you say fuck.
Fuck yeah.
But also,
Yeah, because we talked about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's
if you
true.
said screw or
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
trying to find a place
It
to have
just
sex
doesn't
with
have
this
the
kid.
same-
It
Yeah.
doesn't. And the joke only
But-
works with the fuck.
Yeah.
But also, that joke should not be on a clean show.
No.
Ah,
And I think what his point is like
true.
the
That's
F-bomb wasn't
true.
necessarily the dirty part of the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
you trying to fuck
obviously
the kid
I
is
don't
pretty
care. I'm a
dirty.
dirty comedian. It is what it is. Like I work blue, but also, and I'm not mad about it. I don't care.
No, everybody was laughing.
That's
that
the
was,
thing,
it'd be
like-
different if they were like, heavens
And honestly,
to Murgatroyd.
if it would have been an issue,
Heavens.
I'd been mad at Johnny for about 30 seconds and be like, it is what it is. But that check had already been cleared, so
Yeah,
fuck it.
so
we
fuck
rolled.
it. You know what I'm saying? Party
Every-
on, dude.
Well, I don't know if you heard in the last one, but the headliner was like, "Are we still getting paid?" And I was like,
Yeah,
"That check's cash, Bubba."
Yeah. I heard that.
Well, look, if you need somebody to do clean, let's just ask Tristan or something. You know what I mean? Let's not do me.
We need to get him on here soon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Tristan's my guy.
We got to lay out a list, guys. We're gonna get all these local comedians in. I got about 30 or 40.
Yeah, we got Evan
from
Cooper.
Tyler.
We got Tristan Lex. I don't want to do Glenn.
Neither do most people.
No, I'll have Glenn on, but I think what I'd rather do is have you and Glenn sit on the other side of the table and me just be the producer
Just me and him
and
talking.
just sleep.
Jeez.
Oh, they're so boring.
He's done about
It's
30.
so-
I've done
I've
30,
done-
40 with
Yeah,
Glenn.
yeah,
I've done
okay.
more than that. I think. I think
Really?
that my podcast, his man kid.
It was before the
has
terrible
quite a-
terrible table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the
Is
logo.
David
man.
Allen still doing comedy?
We'll talk about David after the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Rest in peace, David. All right, everybody. So that's been this week's episode.
Episode?
Do I
I will
edit
say
that
this.
out or do I leave it?
I mean,
Chuck's got a show next weekend. Shout it out.
yeah.
Right.
So I'll be down at Pelican Lounge in Leesville. I'll be
Pelicans
hosting
Laugh?
Pelicans Laugh. Did I say Pelicans Lounge?
Yeah, you did.
Okay,
So
so,
let's try that
this
again.
is what you do. You
Edit.
cut
Mark.
that, edit, and go.
So you got a show this week?
Yeah, and I'll be down at Pelicans Lounge in Leesville.
He did it again.
Pelicans Laugh? Fuck! Because it shows up at Pelican. Okay.
Don't ever edit
Okay.
any of this.
None of it.
No.
I know. I know
Okay.
what I'm doing here.
All right.
You got a
we're
show
gonna-
this Saturday. Where's it at?
It's going to be at Pelicans Laugh in Leesville. Did
Now,
I fuck it up?
Leesville is what, Alexandria go east or go west?
It's about an hour or 2 hours away.
Or
Yeah, it's
Natchitoches
2 hours
go
away.
west.
So it's. I don't know if you're familiar with where Fort Polk slash Fort Johnson,
Yeah.
whatever they call that army base is down
Johnson.
there. I think it's Johnson.
I think it's
That's-
Fort-
I
it
don't-
used
what's
to be
up with the
Fort Polk.
army
Fort
and penises, man? Because they have Fort Dix in Jersey. Now they got Fort Johnson.
That's my favorite fort.
yeah.
What they
But
call
I'll be
my
there.
wife's vagina.
I'll be there Saturday. I'll be hosting. It's going to be a great show. Great lineup.
Who's on?
Two comedians. I'm looking forward to hearing from. I haven't
T's on
heard
that,
anything.
right?
T's going to be on there. Ken's going to be on there, and then
Nice.
there's two other comedians that'll be on there that who I'm not familiar with, but I'm pretty sure they're going to rock. So
And that's this
yeah,
Saturday. What is that?
November 9th.
9th. Yeah.
November
Nice.
9th down
Hell
in
yeah.
Leesville. So I'm pretty excited. This will be the first show that I've done that's outside of the Shreveport Bossier area.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited, man. I'm really
Yeah.
enjoying this. I go up there on stage and try my best just to have fun. You know what I mean? And I enjoy hosting. Hosting
hosting's
is
fun
pretty
as shit.
dope.
I've done it once and I didn't. I mean, obviously because I've only done it once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just didn't.
I enjoy hosting.
I think
hosting,
I talk too much in between.
It's a learning experience.
It is, and it's a different if it's a different side or a different aspect of comedy. You know what I mean? Because not only do you get to go, you know, you go in the back, you find out about. Well, I try to find out a little bit about each comedian. You know what I mean? And then I go up, I give them a few minutes of me. I bring up the talent. You know what I mean? And they rock it out. And then, you know, it's me again, and I bring up the next one. So I enjoy it. You know what I mean? I like
It's,
engaging with the crowd.
The good thing about hosting, which is why I want everyone to do it, is because, all right, usually you can get up once a week. If you host and I have 15 comedians, you get up 16 times that night.
Yeah.
And one thing that I even had to teach Chuck about this was he was going up and he was doing another joke. Well, Chuck is not a short joke teller. He's a storyteller almost.
Right.
I got this joke. It ends in spearmint. I got you.
So he's a long form comedian. So it's not a problem for Chuck to tell his stories and hit a 20-minute mark if he absolutely has to. But so when you're hosting, you don't have that kind of time.
Right.
Started with 5 to 10.
Right.
If you really want to, 10. Honestly, 5 is ideal, especially on an open mic. And then you want to hit them with 30 seconds in between, maybe. And if that last guy was good, because he went up the first 2 times, I was like, hey, you're going too long in between.
Yeah.
Just cut it down. And if you don't have a joke, that's fine. Just bring up the next guy. But if there's someone that does really well, don't even try to tell a joke.
Nope.
Just fucking save that for someone that does bad because you got to
Yep,
bring the crowd
let 'em
back.
cook, son.
Because you don't want to use all your material
Yeah,
in
let 'em
between
cook.
Right.
for that person to go.
And you're not trying to kill the momentum either.
Right.
Because let's say we have one of our stronger guys, whether it be an Evan, a Tristan, a Chuck Garner. Like we have one of the heavy hitters. And then the host is like, well, shit, I got a joke I want to do. And it's like, what if your joke's not as good as that last joke? Now they're all excited and you done fucked it up. And now these people are like, I guess I'll close my bar tab.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
go home.
fucking spearmint. Just
Yeah.
set me
If
off.
it's like a comedian that just came down and they killed it, like I'll piggyback on something they said to kind of
Yes.
cook the joke a little while longer and then bring up the next act.
Nothing's worse than when you have someone do a joke towards the beginning of their set and you're like, oh, I got something to play off that. And then they keep going for 10 minutes. You're like, fuck, it's too late to bring that back, man.
Yeah.
Because last night that happened to me. PJ had a joke about his ex-wife
Oh yeah.
being with multiple Chris's.
Yeah.
2 Chris's. We're on our second Chris right now. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm trying to be that third Chris. What's her name? You know? But it was about 2 minutes into a set and he was doing
Right.
25. So
Yeah.
it's like, that's way in the fucking past. We're
Yeah.
not talking about that. Guys, I love you guys to death. I got to talk to Chuck about stuff off camera, off recording.
Word.
All right, so thank you, everybody. This week's episode of the Terrible Table Podcast. We had Chuck. Thank you for coming, Chuck. I
Hey,
appreciate
thanks
you.
for having me.
Give me your YouTube.
My YouTube is Cool Car Chuck, and you can follow me there, and then Comedian Chuck on Instagram.
And then the comedy banner. It's on all of our shirts.
Oh, shout out, Don't Take This Serious. I've been working real hard to make things happen.
Look at the merch.
We're trying to grow something beautiful in the city. If you don't support, go fuck yourself. And if you do support, I love you to death.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
And
Chuck,
if you're
hit 'em.
looking for a house to buy or you're looking to sell your house, be sure to hit me up.
Y'all holler at
You
Chuck
know what?
Garner.
When I sell my house, I'll have you do it.
I appreciate you, man.
It'll be when I die, my wife will sell it.
That's all right. I'll still be here.
Yeah.
Black don't crack, baby.
Unless you smoke it. Love you guys.
This table is horrible.
Smell that drawer.
I just shit on his table.
Because it's a shit table. I mean, I get it now.
Table.